Hello fellow anime enjoyers, my name is Ian and I think we can all agree this is the best season we're having since Jesus was born. We've got a lot of big shows returning, new promising anime and some hidden gems that deserve much more recognition. I'll be ranking every single one of them from worst to best, so be aware that my opinion might not be the same as yours. Therefore, I might delete your comment if you tell me to delete my channel. Also, sorry for not posting anything for more than 2 months. Anyways, let's start this because we have a lot to talk about. 31st place. Starting with the last one, the worst piece of hell that I had the displeasure to watch, Renai Flops. This is the definition of trash. I can't even talk about it without feeling physical and mental pain. The anime is about a guy that is completely normal until a random fortune teller predicts some events of his life culminating in 5 love confessions. Okay, the premise already sounds kinda cheesy, but to make it even worse, all the encounters with the girls have the most cringy and ridiculous ecchi moments I've ever seen. I hate this so much. 2 out of 10 dropped. 30th place. Let's talk about another cringe trashy anime, Shinobi no Itoki. Okay, everyone was hyping this one, but from the very beginning I knew it was going to fail miserably. Just by looking at the cover, you can see failure in their eyes. People said, "Oh, it's an original ninja anime from Studio Troika, must be good." Guess what? It isn't. Shinobi no Itoki is just a poorly written generic idea that actually came to life, nothing more. The anime tells a story about a normal boy who happens to be the heir to a secret noble clan of ninjas. The characters here are just annoying and futile. The execution is even worse than the idea itself. There's nothing sort of unique to be found here. 2.5 out of 10. 29th place. Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal. Just a low-budget video game adaptation, nothing new to the industry. Boring fantasy story that is absolutely not worth watching. Even my friend, who likes almost every single anime, dropped this. 3 out of 10. 28th place. Sadly, I am forced to put my prediction for Anime of the Year down here. My life after I become a dummy head mic one morning, aka the ASMR anime with a pinch of Yuri. The premise was genius, but in the second episode everything changed. It's just 3 minutes per episode. However, they only showed us 10 seconds of ASMR in the first one, then proceeded to ruin everything. In each episode, the guy reincarnates as a different object the most convenient way possible. It's not an ASMR anime, it's a Yuri bait anime with stupid fanservice. What's even the point of this anime's existence? 3 out of 10. 27th place, the seasonal Chinese anime that I started watching for no reason at all and dropped at the first episode. I refined Key for 3000 years. People say it's a very bad adaptation, and by people I mean that one dude from my anime list who made a forum about this series. It's not the worst anime ever, but doesn't do anything noteworthy. I can't remember most of the episode. 4 out of 10. 26th place, The Little Lies We All Tell. Spy Family 2.0 is here, let's go! From the first teaser, I thought it was going to be an epic and dark psychological battle. In the end, it was just a very weak and forced comedy with some occasional nice references. I was disappointed, so it was an almost instant drop. There are many successful comedies this season, so I really don't recommend you this one. 4 out of 10. 25th place, Immoral Guild, fanservice.mp4. There is no other thing to talk about Futoku no Guild. The only purpose it serves is to give you 14-year-old otaku some fanservice. I can show almost nothing, otherwise YouTube would get me in real trouble. 4 out of 10. 24th place. Play it cool, guys. Oh, look at me, I'm so clumsy. I will never be a cool, handsome guy. Oh, dump me. I accidentally gave the wrong object to her. Oh no, what a shame. I am so distracted. What's wrong with this dude? This is too corny for me, I'm sorry. Maybe that one 12-year-old Fujoshi will appreciate it, but it sure isn't targeted at me. 4.5 out of 10. 23rd place. I'm the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. This kind of story is becoming more and more popular each year. There are already a lot of announced anime with a similar premise and a ton of Korean manhwas that follow this template. Basically, a person reincarnates as the villainess of the game, which is destined to die at the end and try to change her fate to live happily. This one is okay. The main character is charismatic, but not enough to carry the whole anime. That unfortunately is pretty boring. 5 out of 10 dropped. 22nd place, My Master Has No Tail. This anime reminds me a lot of Pompoko, which makes sense, since the main character is a tanuki that transforms herself into stuff in order to scare humans. But nowadays, they don't get scared easily, so instead, she finds a girl who tells some funny stories and the protagonist decides she wants that girl to be her master. It could have been much better. The characters aren't very likable and the execution is kinda mid. I was expecting more. 5 out of 10. 21st place, Arc Knight's animation, Prelude to Dawn. I've only seen the first episode, but at the moment the score is quite lower than when it started, so maybe people understood how mediocre this anime is. It's about a doctor who is studying a cure to a disease and some political and military stuff is going on and I don't know, seems kinda bland to me. 5.5 out of 10. 20th place, Raven of the Inner Palace. I've only watched one episode because it didn't interest me enough. I'm not really into mythology and historical anime. The plot consists in a person who is feared, revered, and claimed to have mystic abilities. She also takes requests like finding my lost iPhone 13. Not bad, but not my type. 6 out of 10. 19th place, Management of a Novice Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist, cute girls doing cute things version. Now available at all your favorite streaming services. Just kidding, I haven't watched Full Metal yet. This is like the 38,000 quadrillion zillion anime about potion and pharmacy shops in a small village from a fantasy world. I dropped because it was a little too generic because my watching list was becoming insanely big. 6 out of 10 dropped. 18th place, Reincarnated as a Sword. While I was expecting much more from this anime, I'm not surprised at how it turned out to be. Just another isekai, but replacing the word after reincarnated as with a sword, and that's it. There is nothing really unique here, just the old isekai everyone already knows, although a little more decent than the majority. 6 out of 10 dropped. 17th place, Bibliophile Princess. This is a little curious. I liked the first 3 episodes, but I dropped, because I knew I wasn't going to get interested in the rest. Why? Simply because the first arc concluded the main problem, which was the only part that I was interested in, so I just gave up. It revolves around a princess who makes a deal with the prince to create a fake marriage between them. I honestly don't recommend you to watch it, but 6 out of 10. 16th place, Urusei Yatsura. Oh, I was so hyped for this. The first episode was really funny and crazy, I love it. However, in the second and third episodes the characters kinda got a little out of control and the gags started getting a little repetitive, which is really bad considering this will be 23 episodes long, not mentioning that it seems a bit rushed. I'm going to watch it until the end though, probably. No awards for this anime, but a solid 6 out of 10. 15th place, My Hero Academia 6th season. For me it was amazing until season 5, where it got boring. I don't have any patience to watch this weekly, so I'm just going to wait until it finishes airing. I've only seen the first 2 episodes yet, but there's no way I'm missing this season. Just going to wait a little more and see if the ratings continue going up to give me motivation. For now it's still unfortunately a 6.5 out of 10. 14th place, Beast Tamer. This one gets the award for I didn't want to stop watching this, but unfortunately I'm out of free time. I really love this anime's opening song, it's very emotional and epic. Sadly, I decided to drop it when the harem element popped up. I knew it was going to be that way, but I watched the beginning anyways. Sometimes I regret not continuing it, but I guess it's too late to go back now. I give this anime a respectful 6.5 out of 10. 13th place, The Eminence in Shadow. This anime has some strong points, but gets unbalanced with a lot of weak points as well. It's a strange mix of strange but likable humor, interesting concept, and a lot of cringe scenes that make me want to turn off my phone. It's supposed to be an edgy isekai, but technically is a parody of edgy isekais. But then it's not really, but yes it is. The only thing I know is the opening is overrated as heck. 7 out of 10. 12th place, Human Bug University. In my opinion, this is the most underrated anime of the season, counting with one of the lowest scores at the moment. Yes, it has super cheap production and the plot seems very strange, but that's part of the experience. It's definitely not a cute anime, it's a dark comedy with a very interesting way of storytelling. I want to recommend this anime because I think no one besides me will enjoy it. 7.5 out of 10. 11th place, Spy Family Part 2. Being a step down from the first part and airing in a stacked season, it got much lower in the ranking compared to the first 12 episodes, which I ranked 4th place in my other channel's video. My favorite parts are the ones with Anya at the school, interacting with Damien and doing stupid faces. That's what I call comedy gold. I don't think it has a chance to compete with the remaining anime I still haven't talked about. Not as good as part 1, but definitely worth the watch. 8 out of 10. 10th place, entering now the top 10 with Akiba Made War. This was so unexpected, like really. Akiba Made Senso is almost the same as Licorice Recoil but done right. I just expected a normal cute maid anime, but instead I got a violent R-rated chaos with an awesome opening. I'm a little late to the new episodes, I have like 3 or 4 episodes to watch at the moment. 8 out of 10. 9th place, Bocce the Rock. This is one of the best surprises this season. My expectation was Q, but with musical instruments instead. What we got was a fantastic anime about a guitarist with social anxiety that enters a band with other amazing characters. The funny parts and jokes really hit and make me laugh out loud, and the animation is spectacular. I couldn't ask for more. It's so relatable, and that makes it even better. If you need to relax and feel happy, this is the best way to achieve your goal. 8.5 out of 10. 8th place, Romantic Killer, the first Netflix original in this ranking. Even though I expected it to be very good, it still surpassed my expectations. This is what I call a good comedy anime. A crazy premise with absurd visual humor. I couldn't ask for more. Anju is a gamer girl who likes cats and chocolate, but this little thing that is supposed to be a witch gets rid of her 3 basic needs and tries to make her fall in love by making a bunch of handsome men meet her with a lot of exaggerated cliches. The beginning is hilarious, but as the series goes on, they start developing the characters and we start caring for them. In the end, it takes a darker turn, but still holds up very well. And the very end, the last minutes, they just threw away the logic behind one of the main points of the anime. It was very dumb. Even with those bad details, I still enjoyed a lot, and I absolutely recommend this to everyone. 8.5 out of 10. 7th place, More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers. Fufuijo, as it is called in Japanese, it's a bit hated, maybe for its forced premise, the love polygon, the dragged pacing, or possibly even the cringe protagonist. But one thing I sure know, this is my time to shine. What a perfect anime to self-insert myself and cry while I remember I don't have a girlfriend. Basically, students here are forced to pretend to be married to random other students. What a fun little game. 8.5 out of 10. 6th place, Chainsaw Man, one of the most hyped anime ever, achieving huge popularity even before it starts airing. Chainsaw Man is the peak of gory shonen fight anime. The music is absolutely amazing and the animation is superb. The gritty atmosphere is very well crafted and makes this a must watch for every male over 14 and under 20. Also, Poshita is the cutest chainsaw demon I've ever seen. 9 out of 10. 5th place, Exception. If you can ignore the different art style, you may be standing in front of a hidden gem. With only 8 episodes, the concept of this anime is very unique. With futuristic sci-fi thriller mystery themes, it's a very good anime if you're into that stuff. I love the opening song, even though it's very simple, it has a charm that is just so good. The original voices are in English, so it just qualifies as an anime because it was made by a Japanese studio. I think it's even better this way, since it's a little tiring to only hear Japanese voice acting most of the time. 9 out of 10. 4th place, Blue Lock. Despite being hated by a lot of people, I'm a big fan. I know it's edgy and doesn't represent football in a realistic way, but that's the whole point of the anime, a crazy edgy football battle royale. Blue Lock is so hype and the animation, bro, the faces, bro, the battle royale. At this point, it's easy to see that I'm still 15 years old. However, there are 2 things I dislike, the opening and the dialogues. They are both too generic and simple. I was waiting for this anime since it was announced. It was worth the wait. 9 out of 10. 3rd place, Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. What? Not in 1st place? Yep, I'm sure it will climb a little more in the ranking when we reach this season's climax. It already surpassed a lot of other anime that were above this one at the beginning. Mob Psycho is one of the best anime I've ever seen, and if this season has a good ending, I might place it as one of my all-time favorites, for real. The story, the characters, the animation, the friendship, the wholesomeness, the music, the everything. It just needs to get a little better to reach perfection. 9 out of 10. 2nd place, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. This is one of the biggest surprises this season, no doubt. It's about a space school in which every problem is solved like in No Game No Life, with a duel, but here with giant robots. The anime itself is amazing. The setting, the character interactions, the drama, the opening, I could praise The Witch from Mercury in many different ways. The main one, though, is the emotion. The soundtracks and the animation are right on point to make the plot feel heavy and emotional. And last but not least, we finally got some nice gel ship that may actually come to life. 9 out of 10. Finally, in first place we have Pop Team Epic 2. This is the zenith of amazing world building with intricate and complex philosophical problems, self-questioning and metaphorical avant-garde thinking process, the pinnacle of character evolution that indulges and consumes the mundane and turns it into a cultic religion neo-processed pharaoh of atomic particles with its amazing chakra waves that refract in between your divine soul, the peak of human evolving process which made this astonishing parallel psychedelic boggling piece of fiction which inspired many people into turning themselves into a better form of being possible, aka God. This is God. Pop Tepipiku rules all mental states and coordinates our physical functions. If Pop isn't epic, we better be leaving this world for our own good. Please don't watch Pop Team Epic. It's too good for you. You wouldn't get it. Your mother out of 10.
しましょう